Hello Steamies. Well, I've done my best list. Now it's time for my top 10 worst episodes of the classic era of Thomas and Friends. These are my own personal opinions, and I have no doubt your lists will be different than mine. But that is one of the things that makes the Thomas fandom so unique. And please let me know in the comments what your worst episodes are. All I ask is that you be respectful, otherwise the comments will be disabled. And above all, enjoy the video. Okay, let's dive in. Number 10. Lady Hat's Birthday Party. I have warmed to this a little bit as time has went on from my previous list, but I still don't want to see stories about the humans. They're integral to the show. I understand the purpose. I know we were trying to humanise Sir Topham Hatt, but I just did not care. To me, the story was boring, very generic, and I don't have any interest in seeing Lady Hat, especially during this time period. Number 9. Special Attraction. 2 stories from a book of Christopher Awdry's jammed together. It didn't make any sense. I appreciate the crash scene at the end with Bulstrode the Barge. Bulstrode the Barge was a great character, and people still love him because there's lots of merchandise about him, and he's in the dreaded AEG reboot. That's why it's lower on the list. Number 8. Thomas Gets Bumped. I don't even want to talk about this one. Just watch my Series 3 list and you'll understand why. Number 7. Thomas, Percy and Nicole. It's a Christopher Awdry story, and it was adapted from one of his best Railway series books. That being said, they didn't adapt it as well as I hoped they would, but they couldn't without tying in all the other stories. I have a feeling that this was the rushed one to make up for the fact that the missing coach was no longer going to be on the Series 2 slate. But it's not the worst episode. That's still to come. Number 6, Mind That Bike. A Christopher Awdry story. That's about all it's got going for it for me. Again, I don't care about the human characters. I'm here for the engines. Only thing I liked about it was that Percy was in a somewhat lead role. Number 5, Sir Topham Hatt's Holiday. Again, human characters, not interested, don't want to see them going on their holidays. I'm here for the engines. I want to see stories about the engines. Just give me the engines and carry on. But I don't like the fact that in later series the human characters are no longer in it entirely. They're still crucial to the running of the railway, but just have them running the railway. Number 4, Thomas and the Guard. One word: boring. Number 3, Percy Gets It Right. Degrading one of my favourite characters. Started the trend of Percy being seen as the stupid baby of the group. Not a fan of the way they treated Percy at all, engines or the Fat Controller. Number 2, Buffer Bother. When it comes to twins in the Railway series, you have Bill and Ben, and you have Donald and Douglas. In my mind, Donald and Douglas are far superior to Bill and Ben. Donald and Douglas are twins that fight, but they always have each other's backs at the end, and they'll always be there for each other. I think with Bill and Ben, if they could literally throw one of them under a bus like Bulgy, they probably would, because there is just no camaraderie there that you expect with twins. To me, Bill and Ben are younger versions of twins. I would say about the preschool mark, where they fight more often than their friends. And Donald and Douglas are the twins that you aspire to be as an adult. Oh, and the story sucked. And the number 1 worst episode of Thomas and Friends classic era is, to no one's surprise, I hope, Jack Frost. Oh, I don't even want to talk about this one. Everybody knows why it's bad. Let's just leave it at that because it'll be a waste of my breath. So that's my top 10 worst episodes of the classic era of Thomas and Friends. Until next time, keep on chugging.